Hey friends, you know who's coming at you, Frosty Peach. So this is going to be a surprise because this is something I had no intentions of doing today. And I want to tell you guys, first of all, I ain't got a lick of makeup on or nothing. Don't be judging on me. This is raw right here. And I'm sitting here. I want y'all to know this. So I'm getting ready to do our next episode, right? And yes, I'm sitting here having a cup of coffee because I need it real bad. But anyway, I'm sitting here this morning and I'm doing my episode that's coming up. And this episode is about being strong. This episode is about not being vulnerable and muscling through everything. Tucking your emotions down when you need to let them out. So I'm sitting here and I'm writing this episode. I've already got a page. I flipped it on. So apparently I just hit the pause button or something while I was doing this. So I'm cutting it, but I'm sitting here writing this episode. I'm already got a pretty big page full here because I like to write my thoughts down. You know, old-fashioned style, pen and paper, right? Because I can pour them out. So anyway, I'm sitting here and I'm going through this. I'm just I feel like I'm having my own breakthrough. I'm gonna be completely honest right now. And I mean, y'all, I don't know what this. I feel like I'm preaching to myself. I'm giving myself my own therapy here. And maybe that's the reason for me to do this, right? Well, I think that's pretty cool. But it's actually kind of been hard to get through this. It's taken me a lot longer than it usually does. Because I keep thinking about myself in this, right? And all the times that I personally have muscled through things. And how that has affected me. Because I'm a very, very strong person. I'm a tough cookie. I've been through a lot of stuff. I'm a stroke survivor. I kind of talked a little bit about that. That's the biggie. There's other stuff around that happened at the same time. And it's not something that I generally talk about. And, I thought, I almost was looking at this episode as I'm going through it, and I said, I'm giving myself a homework assignment on this. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, I have to learn to be more vulnerable. I'm not, like I said, I don't wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm just not that kind of person. Never have been. And I'm going to talk about that, but I just wanted to pop on here for a few minutes because I'm in my feels a little bit as I'm going through this. And I said, you know what? That's part of being vulnerable. So here I am. I've decided to be vulnerable with you guys a little bit and talk about, how hard it is for me to be that vulnerable. Because it's been pretty hard, and I have an amazing life. I do. I absolutely know how blessed I am and how fortunate I am for the life that I have and the people that I have around me. My husband, my family, everything. But there's still, with that, even so, there's still, you got your own inner demons to deal with, right? And, and I still got stuff, that I've kind of pressed down back from that time period when I had a stroke and everything, and, the reasons why, and, I don't really know the reasons why, because it was just a big freak thing that happened. I was 25 years old, and it just hit me, and I guess I've never really understood that, and I've blamed a lot, maybe on God, maybe, in some ways. And I had a talk with him about that back then, And I think a lot of it is kind of just was anger, maybe resentment, stuff like that. Right. And it's kind of stuck with me. Like when you go through a lot of trauma, you have to learn to be tough, because that tough is keeping you survive, and it puts you in that survival mode, frame. And it's easy to sit in there and not let your emotions and your feelings and stuff come out. And I just, I'm sitting here doing this lesson, and I'm just like, whoa, this is like talking to me personally, right now. So I'm going to have to get myself together. And I got a cat up here if you guys see it. She's leaving. But, yeah, that's my girl. But, it's talking to me. And I just thought I'd pop on here. I had absolutely no intention whatsoever doing this. I'm still trying to actually sit and get through this episode to write it out. I'm about in the middle of it, but I just felt like I had that on my chest. Wanted to get it off my chest, because that's the whole purpose of doing this. And, I don't know if I'm going to do any more little videos on this as we go along or not, or what I'm decided to share in the next episode, because it just kind of happens as it happens. It's live. It's what's in my head, what's in my heart. And that's how I do this. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me this morning. If you have anything you want to say or share, please feel free to do so. I always want to talk to people. I appreciate it. Chrissy likes to talk to people too, but I think she's peacing out on me. Yeah. But just love you guys. Appreciate you as always. Thank you so much, by the way. We're at 20K views right now. That's pretty freaking awesome. I'm really excited about that. But we'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.